made the analogy like, because you had far right ideology that you got exposed to for the first time that was interesting to you and seductive. And then you thought about it for a while and you started to get another perspective of people who were debunking those ideas. And what happened?
Yeah, so and this is why like I'm not necessarily for censorship, because if you censor people, it's just going to send them underground. So once I started getting exposed to the counter to the ideas, I saw how what I was believing into. It was basically like a lot of rebranded Nazi conspiracies.
Yeah, so basically I was getting on 4chan a lot back then, and
where did that lead you? I mean, where did that lead you?
Back then, nowhere. And back then, YouTube didn't lead me anywhere because, like, the algorithms weren't as strong, and there wasn't this, like, unironic Nazi posting going on 4chan, and there wasn't these far-right figures on YouTube.
So, so the same algorithm and the same media platform, YouTube, that radicalized you into right-wing ideas was also the thing that undid those. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And what helped was the fact that Destiny, Stephen Bonnell, the Twitch streamer, went in and debated with those people.
The first videos that I found I was looking for self-help stuff, and I was actually listening to like a lot of Alan Watts and like these videos like from this guy named Athene. He was a gamer that I used to watch. And it was just about like neuroscience and reprogramming your brain and, improving your, basically self-help stuff. And somehow the algorithm fed me Stefan Molyneux's videos.
So what else would you like to say about that article or about your experience that you'd think the article got wrong, or what needs to be said about YouTube in general?
Well, what I think is like it's the algorithm that's the powerful thing. Like, you talked about a bookstore in your response video to the New York Times. Yeah, I could have went to a bookstore and got radicalized. That does happen. The problem is this algorithm. It's like this super advanced tool, and these people have it. They have free and open access to it. Kind of what drove that sidebar. That was most of my videos were clicking that sidebar.
How did you migrate from the self-help into the politics?
I think it's just because the way that Steph sold it was that the reason that because he told this story, he had a childhood it was similar to mine, in that he had bad family relations, and he didn't enjoy his life growing up very much, and so like I started to identify that. I almost kind of set Steph up as like a father figure, if you will.
To me, the article seemed like a young man trying to find himself politically. And you did. You weighed. Now you weighed the evidence. You do your own research. And you thought about it, and you came to your own conclusions, which I think is how things are supposed to work in life. And I used to be a rah Democrat. I thought the Democrats were the good guys, and the Republicans were the bad guys.
There are figures out there. I'm not saying that Sam Harris is alt-right, but he entered into the fray through meditation and those type of things, and then starts talking politics. Jordan Peterson, similar dynamic, self-help into sort of political stuff.
And to me, that article was what it looked like to us here at this show was an effort by legacy media to scare people away from YouTube, because YouTube is stealing a lot of the advertising revenue that legacy media needs. Now, NBC has done this, CNN has done this, the Washington Post, the New York Times now does it, and Wall Street Journal. You want to see the most fake news? It's fucking New York Times and the Washington Post that lies about every war, and they're going to lie.
Everyone to walk away with is this is a public health crisis. And it really is. It's the reason that people fall into these. Everyone to walk away with is this is a public health crisis. And it really is. It's the reason that people fall into these things is.
And I know people who have, whose kids, frankly, personally, I know have fallen down similar rabbit holes as you.
You did connect with Steve. How do you say his name? Stefan Molyneux? I don't even know how to say his name.
Stefan Molyneux.
Stefan Molyneux. Okay. And you connected with him because you had similar past. You had problems with your mother and things like that, contentious relationships, and you were trying, and then you were trying to so you started to find a political identity, and you connected with them, and it started off with self-help stuff, but then it morphed into more libertarian stuff, and then it morphed into more radical right-wing stuff. But you never really went that route. Like you didn't believe in a white ethno state, and you didn't deny the Holocaust, right? Stuff like that.
And what he would say is, he said that, it's about tradition and honor and honesty and like all these things, and like, being conservative is what allows you to have this good life, and that, it's people that are liberal that they don't have the happy lives,
and the rest of them have to go to college, and they're under mountains of student loan debt in the richest goddamn country in the world. Our society, we have a failed system, and that's what the problem is, and they don't want to talk about that. They want to blame it on a fucking algorithm on YouTube.
Fed me Stefan Molyneux's videos.
They want to blame it on a fucking algorithm on YouTube.
The problem is this algorithm, it's like this super advanced tool, and these people have it, they have free and open access to it.
They want to blame it on a fucking algorithm on YouTube.
I also agreed that the algorithm is the thing doing this because of the recommendations.